Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I'm here to talk about 3 games that really caught my eye during yesterday's Indie World presentation. So let's get right on into it. So obviously guys, yesterday Nintendo streamed a special, not necessarily a Nindies Direct, but what they are now calling Indie World, a presentation specifically to show off Nindies on the Nintendo Switch. It's basically a Nindies Direct. In fact, I'm not even really sure why they changed the name, although Indie World kind of does sound pretty cool. But during that presentation, there were 3 games that really caught my eye, really got my attention for the games that were coming to the Nintendo Switch, so let's get into them now. The first one is actually Risk of Rain 2. This is a game that I've actually really enjoyed watching other people play on other platforms, but it's really neat now that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's a roguelike game where you and your friends need to run around killing enemies and collecting items as you go from world to world. Each run lasts infinitely. It's essentially just trying to see how long you can last and how many things you can collect along the way. The difficulty actually increases over time instead of level by level, so you need to balance exploration with getting through the levels quickly. As you kill enemies, you'll gain money, which you can use to buy different power-ups for your characters that are scattered across the map. While the trailer shown off in the Indie World presentation was pretty much absolute garbage and didn't show off the game well at all in my opinion, there's more information on Nintendo's website and you can watch gameplay of the other versions to see if this is right for you. Here's what the Nintendo website says about the game. No run will ever be the same with randomized stages, enemies, bosses, and items. Play solo or team up with up to 4 friends to fight through hordes of monsters, unlock new loot, and find a way to escape the planet. Additional survivors, stages, items, enemies, and features are still in active development and will be added in multiple free content updates. And this game will release summer 2019 on the Nintendo Switch. The second game is called Eastward. First thing that got my attention in this trailer is the music, cause it's amazing. Right up there with Celeste in terms of indie music quality. Secondly was how absolutely gorgeous the visuals were. It's a simple pixel art style, and yet the use of colors is amazing, and there's a surprising amount of detail and creativity oozing from the environments. There's also a ton of info on Nintendo's website that gives us a better idea of what the story is for this game. So here's what Nintendo's website had to say about it. In a beautifully detailed and charming post-apocalyptic world, journey through decaying cities, encountering strange creatures and even stranger people along the way. In the near future, society is starting to collapse, with the human population shrinking to an all-time low. As the world around falls to ruins, a hardworking miner called John discovers a young girl named Sam deep underground in a secret facility. After escaping the town, the unlikely pair embarks on an emotional journey to discover the strange truth about her origins and the mystery behind the sinister creatures who descend on the local towns, devouring everything in their path. It also gives us some more information on the actual features of the game. Discover the wonderful, weird world of Eastward. Jump aboard the cross-country railway that spans the decaying continent, stopping off to explore its bustling towns, curious campsites, and shady forests. Fend off peculiar monsters and ferocious bosses with your weapon of choice, be it a gun, flamethrower, or your trusty old frying pan. Switch between controlling John and Sam to solve environmental puzzles and fight your way through formidable dungeons, separating to unlock hidden paths or sticking together as you traverse a perilous landscape. Get to know a quirky cast of characters with oodles of personality as you immerse yourself in this heartwarming story-driven adventure packed with fun and wacky humor. Inspired by 90s Japanese animation, the vibrant world of Eastward is brought to life by a combination of innovative modern 3D lighting techniques and soulful retro pixel artwork, with a release date of early 2020. And finally, the Touryst. The first thing that caught my eye in the trailer for this game is how stunning the visuals are. It has a very Octopath Traveler vibe to it, and it's also similar to the ray tracing version of Minecraft, if any of you have seen the trailers for that. Essentially, it is a very simple 3D pixel art style, but that's enhanced by a modern lighting system and other modern techniques like a beautiful depth of field effect, similar to what we see in Octopath Traveler, except that game uses 2D pixel art. But it has the same concept, marry a kind of simple retro aesthetic with beautiful new modern effects that make for a style that is not seen very often at all. From the trailer, it appears to be a semi-open world game where you explore dungeons called monuments, and there are bosses and puzzles which give me a very Legend of Zelda vibe. There's also things like the arcade where you can go play simplified version of Shinnen's previous works like Fast, which is of course based off of games like Fast Racing Neo and Fast RMX. Unfortunately, however, Nintendo's website doesn't give us too much more info on the game, but here's what it had to say. You are just arriving at the Monument Islands. Want to go swimming? Or rather take a dive into the deep sea? Or do you want to visit the amusement arcade, do some shopping, dance at the beach party, fancy some surfing? Or will you talk with a strange old tourist and listen to what he has to say about these ancient, mysterious monuments? And this game is getting a release date of November 14th, 2019. So yeah, this game looks very beautiful. It gives me very much Zelda vibes, and which is awesome because as you guys probably know, if you know my channel, you know I absolutely love Legend of Zelda, and this visual style of the game is just absolutely incredible. So I'm very curious to see more of this game and how it actually plays. It seems like it's going to be fairly open, where you can go do different monoliths in different orders, but we don't exactly know yet. That's just from what I got from the trailer and the description. So I'm very curious to see more of this game as we get closer to its release date. But yeah, guys, those were two of the 3 games that really caught my eye during the Indie World presentation. However, there were many, many more games that were shown, and I'm sure all you guys have your own games that you thought looked really cool in the Indie presentation, so let me know what those are down in the comments below. Also, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell icon for more videos on Nintendo content and indie content as well. Also, make sure to share this video with everyone you know who is interested in indie games on the Nintendo Switch. And I'll see all you awesome people later on What About Nintendo. Bye!